What's the craziest thing that happened at a wedding? When I realized the bride was actually my missing sister who'd been presumed dead for 3 years and she was pretending not to know me. I was working as a wedding photographer, just trying to get through another Saturday gig. This particular bride seemed weirdly familiar though. Different hair, tons of makeup, but something about her face kept nagging at me. During the ceremony, she laughed at something the officiant said about eternal love. That specific laugh made my blood run cold and I almost dropped my expensive camera. It was Sienna's laugh. My sister Sienna, who disappeared after a horrific car accident in late 2021. We'd searched for months. Police found her car submerged in Miller's Creek, but no body. They declared her dead after 6 months. Our parents never recovered. I kept shooting photos, hands shaking. But then I saw it. The same scar on her wrist from when she fell off our treehouse at 12. Same head tilt, same gap between her teeth. This was definitely Sienna. But why was she marrying Michael Peterson, who had no idea who she really was? During cocktail hour, I followed her to the bridal suite, my heart pounding out of my chest. Sienna? I whispered when she opened the door. Her face went completely white like she'd seen a ghost. She looked around frantically and pulled me inside, slamming the door shut behind us. I don't know what you're talking about, she said, but her voice was shaking terribly. My name is Aubrey Mitchell. I think you have me confused with someone else entirely. Sienna, it's me. It's Jessica, your little sister. I pulled out my phone and showed her a photo of us from Christmas morning 2020, just months before she disappeared forever. She stared at the photo for what felt like an eternity, then started crying hysterically. You can't be here right now. You can't know about any of this. You'll find me if you're here. The whole terrifying story came tumbling out between her sobs. She'd been secretly planning to leave her abusive ex-boyfriend Derek for months before the accident. He'd been stalking her constantly, threatening to kill her if she ever tried to leave him. The night of the crash, Derek had been chasing her car at dangerously high speeds through the winding mountain roads. I pulled over on that bridge to call 911 for help, she explained through tears. Derek slammed into my parked car at like 60 miles per hour. Both our cars went over the side into the freezing water below. She'd panicked completely, thinking everyone would blame her for Derek's death since she had previous domestic violence reports that were always dismissed by police. She was convinced no one would believe her version of events or that it was self-defense. So I just disappeared into the night. I grabbed what I could from my apartment and drove to Seattle first, then here to start completely over. I've been living as Aubrey Mitchell for 3 years now. Michael has absolutely no idea about my past life or who I really am. Sienna, Mom and Dad think you're dead. They've been completely devastated. I know, you think I don't know that, but I'm finally safe now. I'm finally happy for the first time in years. Sienna Williams needs to stay dead forever, and Aubrey Mitchell is all I want to be. I watched her dance with Michael during their first dance, playing the role of perfect bride Aubrey Mitchell. But every time she caught me looking at her from across the crowded reception, her practiced smile would alter completely. During the traditional father-daughter dance, I made my decision and grabbed the microphone from the DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, I have something important to share with everyone tonight. Sienna went deathly pale, gripping Michael's hand like her life depended on it. Aubrey, no matter what name you go by or where life takes you, you'll always have people who love you unconditionally and are waiting for you to come home. I handed back the microphone without exposing her devastating secret. Sienna stared at me across the room with tears streaming down her face. Later that night, she approached me as I packed my equipment. Thank you for not telling them the truth. Sienna, Mom and Dad deserve to know you're alive and safe. She nodded slowly. Maybe someday when I'm ready, but not yet. I need more time to figure this out. I handed her my business card. When you're ready to come home, call me first. She tucked it carefully into her wedding bouquet and walked back to her new life as Mrs. Aubrey Peterson.